Hello everyone, I'm Rajeshri. A very warm welcome to you all in today's episode and a huge thanks for being with me in my experimental musical journey. Today, as the title suggests, a little story was born in my imagination, and today's episode it's all about that. A lonely mountain situated in a remote corner of this planet cradles an active volcano. But this volcano, though it erupts now and then, it never caused any massive destruction or damage to the people who live at the lap of this mountain within a small community in a little village. And in that village, because as I have mentioned, this mountain is situated in a remote place, the only entertainment they get through their own musical band. And this musical band has got a pianist, a violinist, a flutist, and a guitarist. So it's a small group, but they entertain the community at a weekly basis. And they all live happily there. The truth is, they get affected by this eruption maybe once in 3 years or 4 years, but they did rebuild their village with each other's cooperation. Few weeks ago, as my imagination goes, there was an eruption from that volcano. Sorry. But the community was warned about it few hours before it happened. So all the people, along with the musicians and the livestock, they could leave the village. Except the pianist, the other 3 musicians, they did carry their musical instrument along with them because it was not too, those musical instruments were not too heavy or difficult to carry. And for any musician, his or her instrument is a part of his or her body, rather an organ. So before the pianist left the village, he hugged his piano and kept his head down with a heavy heart. He walked to another village, nearby village where they all escaped. Now, when they got the permission from the authority that it was safe to come back, they all have decided to come back together. And the pianist almost came back running, and they all could see the destruction and the devastation did happen, but not at a massive scale. And the way I actually wanted to create this music was this community people. They were entering the village. They were all heading towards their homes, which were being damaged, and they were kind of exploring the scale of damage, what they lost, and how they could rebuild it. So, as the pianist, he went running towards his little cottage, and he entered his little music room where the piano was kept. Fortunately, the volcano this time was very kind to him, and apparently he couldn't see any damage happen to his piano. But obviously, he wanted to talk to his soulmate, that's his piano. And he started playing. But the music which I have created and getting into the shoes of that pianist, for obvious reason, this music convey a series of emotions. The pianist, when he started playing, he was very happy because it sounded all right. But his next door neighbor lost some of his valuables, which are irreplaceable. So there was an element of pain. And maybe in that village, in another household, there was a sense of joy again, because something which was very dear to them, it was all intact, not got affected by this volcanic eruption. So as in some other household, there was a considerable amount of wreckage. So it's kind of a mix, emotions going on around him. And getting into his shoes, I wanted to capture that atmospheric music. I wanted to capture and create that particularly an atmospheric music. So it was not very straightforward melody, because there were mixed emotions. There were cry, joy, happiness, everything going on around him. And he was playing at that point, thinking that that would inspire his people, his community people, to rebuild their homes. So there is an element of inspiring others as well. And in order to create that music, as always, my piano teacher, who himself is a very talented composer, Mr. James Bellingham, helped me a lot. James advised me to listen to Richard Strauss's music. He was German, so he was known as Richard Strauss as well. He was one of the greatest conductor and composer of his time. Late 19th century and early 20th century. And he was well known for his opera music. And particularly his composition, Morgan, which is Opus 27, number 4, inspired me a lot to create today's music. It's not a story which has got a lot of, exciting events entangled with it. It's a very simple story. And the music, when you are listening to it, though a lot of thoughts, work went into it, it doesn't sound something very mellifluous or exciting or loud. Rather, it is a music which is from the acoustic point of view. It might be a very quiet and uncomplicated music, but it needs to be understood and by hearts. Because there is an element of anxiousness also in this music. It's not eerie, but an element of as anybody walks into a wreckage or a place which has just gone through a volcano, which has taken the brunt of a volcanic eruption. I have tried to bring that and incorporate that into my music. So I'll be very excited to share it with you all. It's not something to enjoy. It can be, it is palpable rather than audible. So I will go ahead and play it and hope we all get the feeling and kind of understand the beauty of this atmospheric music. Thank you very much for listening and allow me to play it for all of you. Thank you. The pianist starts the conversation with her soulmate. Thank you.